Yeah, so we'll get it started here. I'm gonna do like my intro and everything. But yeah, no, I appreciate you coming on. So um, yeah, guys, this is the Vibe Sessions podcast with of course myself, GVE Mike, and today I have Shahar Jacobs. And that's how you say your name, correct? I don't want to like butcher your name.
Yes.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. So it's kind of an interesting story how we met. Obviously, we were taking that
Yeah, on
monthly.
state course.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The was it monthly.com, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was awesome because it's like it's one of those programs where like I didn't really know what I was gonna get out of it. Like I definitely want to like have a better voice when it comes to doing melodies and things like that, and trying to get better with melodies on my songs. So
This is
seeing
the first one you did there on monthly?
yeah, that's the first course I've ever done on monthly, right? And I got that
Yeah.
advertisement on Instagram, and once I saw, I think it's Stevie Mackey, right? Is how you say his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw that guy,
It's so good.
so yeah, exactly, yeah. And so I was like, man, this is kind of what I was just asking for. So let me just try it and see where it goes. But I was actually pleasantly surprised because I got to learn tactics and tips to get better at using my voice in
Stop.
songs. You know, so it's pretty cool. I actually really enjoyed it. I actually
I
really enjoyed
lost
it.
you for a
Oh,
second.
sorry, yeah. But yeah, yeah, no, it was awesome. I actually really enjoyed the class, and I mean that's obviously we met in there because I was giving you feedback on your stuff, even though I didn't necessarily know too much of what I was talking about in singing. But you're like super talented. I've seen your YouTube page.
Thank you.
I've seen that you do amazing covers, amazing voice and everything. So yeah, I mean, did you take that class just kind of wanting to better your voice as well, or were you trying to learn something new?
Yes, of course. I wanted to get better as a singer and also like performing a little bit
Yeah,
better than I am now.
right, right, right.
And it's really helped me this one.
Yeah, yeah. And was it
And I
just like,
usually don't take these courses, but it was like Steve is really great one.
yeah, yeah? I really liked it. I thought he did an amazing job, and yeah. I mean, tell me about you as an artist, right? You've been doing, as I mentioned, a lot of covers. So obviously
Yeah.
those are doing really well for you on YouTube. I'm seeing like the thousands of likes and stuff and views, and tell me about that. Are you gonna eventually want to do more of your own stuff, or are you doing covers just to kind of like get your voice sort of keep it warmed
Yes,
up? Yeah,
that's my point. I'm working right now on a couple songs,
yeah, awesome.
originals, and with my producer, and I really want to release them, but I need to gain a little bit more. Um,
Like experience.
no, like you like people.
Yeah. Oh, like yeah, 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 fans and stuff like that, and just trying to like
Yeah,
gather a community for sure. And honestly,
it's really hard at first.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm going through the process right now. I'm really new
And
to
you
the
are a
whole artistry.
producer.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's like it's tough, right? Because you're really trying to get a fan base, and then you're also trying to discover yourself as an artist, right? So it's like a lot going on.
Yeah.
But what I really like is like putting stuff out, and then people hearing your stuff. Obviously, you're sharing it and marketing it the best way you can. But I feel like you're gonna gain fans putting stuff out, right, and advertising your music. And one thing I've heard from a lot of music label people is, you want to be trying to get one fan a day. Whether it's like sharing your music, or sharing your art, or whatever it is that you may be doing. It's like trying to get one fan a day should be your goal for like a year. So yeah, I feel like you're in the right track, and you're doing you're going down that path.
Promoting is so hard
Yeah,
in
yeah,
this industry.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of things you can do, but there's like a lot of things that like don't necessarily work for everybody. So
Yeah.
it's kind of
When
tough.
did you start like love music and producing and all that?
For me,
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I started producing beats in around 2012, right? That's when I first started going down the journey myself. But it was, it was sort of one of those things where like I wanted to get into it because I have a passion for music, but I didn't really know like how I wanted to go down that pathway, if it was just going to be a producer or an artist or whatever. And it wasn't until recently that I was like, you know what, let me just be an artist on these beats because like I kind of know the melody anyways, and I'm hearing and I know what I want to do on them, so why not, but yeah, I've loved music most of my life, so it's been around for many, many, many years. But yeah, how about yourself? I mean, when did you realize you were like, you know what, music is what I want to do. I want to be an artist. I want to do this as a career. Like what age was that?
I think when I was 8 years old,
Oh wow,
like I started singing and like performing to my family,
that's
and I
awesome.
always loved it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then what did they?
I've
Were
been
they?
songwriting also. I
Yeah,
love songwriting.
yeah. And then what? Like so when you perform for your family, were they like, oh, this is amazing, or were they like, what are you doing? Were they like, oh, she's
Yeah,
being.
yeah, I love that. I
Yeah,
was a little girl,
that's awesome.
and I act like it was fun.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, I think a lot of my family and friends, once they seen that I was starting to do producing and becoming an artist and stuff, they were just kind of like, oh yeah, that's awesome, that's awesome. And they send me videos and little clips here and there just to keep me kind of like up on what's cool and stuff. So I appreciate it. But like a lot of times it's stuff that they send me of like people who are doing okay, but it's not necessarily what I'm doing. So it's kind of like, oh, this is interesting, But I love that they're really helpful and they're really trying to, help guide me in a good direction, to make sure I'm
And be
doing good.
supporting.
Yeah, yeah, it's really cool, because there's a lot of people that are not supportive. I'm sure you have friends that are just kind of like, oh, whatever about what you're doing, and it's like, dude, I thought you would be more supportive for me, like you're one of my closest friends.
Hmm. Yeah, and family, your family support you.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, for me, my mom is always like, at first she was like, I don't understand it, go get a job and have a family and just be satisfied with life, And I'm just like, yeah, no, that's cool, mom. And that's on the agenda, but I like music, And she's like,
But that's the what I like.
yeah. She's like, she doesn't want me to go down the pathway and, get hurt and like fall apart. And I'm like, mom, that's just not me. Like I'm gonna keep going, and no matter what, this is what I want to do. So now she's really supportive, and whatever I need, she's like, oh, I help you. I've never asked for anything, but it's always good to have that support in my corner. That's like my one super fan. Obviously my mom.
Hmm.
But she doesn't really count because it's your mom. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's yeah. But yeah, so where do you plan on, like, how far do you want to take your career? Do you want to like become like somebody that's like a well, actually, let me ask you this. Who are your inspirations before we go to your career? Like, what are your inspirations as far as artists?
Um, Justin Bieber,
Okay.
for sure,
Yeah.
is my favorite artist.
Awesome.
Like
Awesome.
since I was a little girl.
Yeah. No, I bet. Yeah. He's so talented. He's really amazing. I know one thing with Justin Bieber is that like he's sort of nailed like pop music, right? Like his sound in pop music is probably the one that most people either try to copy or they're trying to figure out how to dissect it to do similar things. So like would you say you're going in that pop music like is that the direction you're gonna take your music?
Yeah, I'm pop R&B.
Cool, cool, cool.
This
Nice, nice,
that's
nice.
what I'm doing.
That's awesome. Yeah, dude. Oh, what are some or who are some R&B artists that you really enjoy or that you draw inspiration from as well?
I really like Kalani,
Yep, Kalani's
and
dope.
she's a queen.
Yeah, facts, 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 facts. Who else?
What's your inspiration? Like,
Um,
do you have
yeah,
artists?
yeah. I mean, for me, it's a lot more of like I like the pop lane, rap lane as well. I'm a pretty big fan of like obviously the Juice Worlds of the the industry. Obviously, rest in peace. But big inspiration for me, just because there's a lot of emotion in his music. But I
Hmm.
listen, honestly, I'm like inspired, and I listen to a lot of older music like Tears for Fears, and I've listened to, obviously, most people like Nirvana, a lot of people like Nirvana. But going to that, like, 90s rock, 80s rock, that's kind of where I've been dwelling as far as my inspirations for what I'm doing, but the current stuff, I love Drake. Obviously,
Yeah.
he's one of the top of the game, right? So I enjoy his music. And I kind of listen to some of the trap rappers as well, like the Futures and the Little Babies, just to get inspiration on like their
So
melodies.
you're more a rap person.
I mean, I like rap a lot. I like internally, I love rap, but the type of artist that I'm trying to be, I would probably do more like R&B stuff,
Oh,
pop R&B, a little bit of like rap stuff as well.
like the old ones are the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to be Bryson Tiller, but I want to get in that realm where there's an emotion in my music. And I'm talking about content that, people can feel it.
It's really hard now, like to find inspiration and be creative
Yeah.
and do music.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, especially
Like,
during everything that's happening, right?
yeah. Do you do less than what you did before?
I would say probably more now. For me, I really, really was, making beats a lot. Like, I was making a lot of beats, probably 10 beats a day at one point. But then I was like, you know what? I want to start writing songs, and I really had to make a beat. And then when I made the beat, then I had to record my melodies over the beat, and then I have to start writing to it as well. And for me, that's like kind of a long process because I'm so new to all of this, to writing. I'm sure for you, you can hear a song and you're like, oh, I'm this is the idea, and you can write and you have something in like like an hour, a couple hours. I don't know how long it takes, but for me, it'll take like a whole day to write something. If that, maybe a couple days, maybe a week.
It can take like 1 hour and like 1 week.
Yeah. For me, it's like it seems to be like a week. Sometimes, a couple hours, 3 hours, or something like that. So yeah, I'm working on a lot of stuff. Pretty often. But yeah, I mean, you said you work with a producer, right? So, do you work with that person like how we're speaking? Is it like a Zoom call? They play you beats or songs, and then you kind of like work together that way, or do they send you the songs?
We actually work together from start.
Oh wow, that's
Like
cool.
find the like sometimes I'm like taking my guitar and like find a melody that I like
Yeah,
and it just like putting it
that's
there.
cool. Yeah, and just takes the sample and just like works it into the beat, and then creates on top of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it's always good when you find a good producer to build with, because they're gonna shape that sound that you're looking for in that vibe, and then being the writer, it's like you're gonna be able to just,
And
you know,
yeah, and also you got another opinion
yeah,
and it's so important.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, is what I'm writing good, or is this kind of like, what do you think about it? And then they might be like, oh, this is amazing, or this is terrible. They'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always good. I like to work with some writers as well, but I need to meet more writers. Like, I'm so new to writing that I'm on YouTube looking at writers, looking at videos on how to write better, things like that. So
That's good.
yeah, yeah,
Practice about it and
yep, yep,
be helpful.
yep. I'm just trying to learn, as much as I can, because it can get crazy. But yeah, so I was kind of
Do
heading
you
towards.
play?
No, I don't play any instruments. I play zero
No.
instruments. Yeah, like I literally just I'll take samples and melodies, or I'll open the keyboard in like Ableton, and I'll just kind of like put in like keys or chords, and I'll create the song based off of that. That's really it. It's
Oh,
it's it's yeah, it's sort of a.
that's hard.
Yeah, it's tough. It's the hardest part is trying to create something that doesn't sound like everything else, right? Because like I kind of fall into this realm where like I start making something, and then it kind of sounds like a million other beats that are out there, and I'm like, all right, let me start this over, let me try again, and
Yeah, I
it
hate
gets tough.
that
Yeah,
when that's happened.
yeah, it
It's
gets tough.
important to be to be new and like to do original stuff.
Yep, exactly.
I'm
So
work I'm work with Cubase, by the way, a
okay,
little bit,
nice.
and I'm just like the bass. I know the bass
Right,
on
right, right.
producing.
Yeah, and that's good to know because you can just get in there and mess with the beat, tweak the sounds and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
That's fire. That's fire. Yeah. So, what's like your ideal career situation? Like, where do you see yourself in like 5, 10 years? Do you want to be like mega artist or like you said, Justin Bieber? Is that like your goal, or do you want to be more of like a Kalani where she's
Um,
big
my
artist, but
goal is like to be able to make a living out of it,
yeah,
and like to get to many people I can
yeah,
and enjoy my music and
fire.
hear my music.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope. Yeah. And then like
Who
where?
is your dream coworker that you wish to
Yes.
work with?
Well, me? Yeah. I mean, I put me in a room with like I don't know, Drake would be fire, obviously. Honestly, I would love to work with Trippie Redd. I know like there's a lot of people that might not like his music, but I actually really would love to work with Trippie Redd. I think that would be fire. Yeah, there's a
But
lot.
if you need to choose one, it will be Drake.
Um, let's see. If I could choose one artist right now, um, that's a tough one because I don't know if it would be a current artist. I might want to go to like an '80s artist to tell you the truth, like The Cure or something. Like that.
Oh,
Yeah, like I listen to all different types of stuff, but that's the music that influences me. But yeah, I mean, that's probably what I would say. I'd probably say The Cure. I know that sound might be weird, that might be crazy, but that's just what I'm on.
yeah.
But how about you? Yeah, so Justin Bieber obviously would that be your pick or would it be Kalani?
No, Justin.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, he'd be awesome, dude. And every song he makes
This
is
is
like
the
amazing.
truth. Sorry?
I was saying every song he makes is amazing. Every song he makes is pretty much a hit song. So hey, if you got to work with Justin Bieber, it's that song's going up. We already know. It's gonna
Did you hear anyone?
um on your songs like any different types
And
of.
no, anyone. His song, his new song.
Oh yeah. No, I haven't. I heard I think I heard a song that released maybe it was like 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago or a month ago. Here, let me see what it was called.
Maybe Holy.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. But I heard it and I was like, okay, yeah, this is cool. Yeah, I think it was
It,
Lonely.
it's a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's amazing. He's amazing for sure. He's definitely the goat. Um yeah, so I think one thing that I wanted to ask you is I mean, you speak multiple languages, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
English is my second language.
Okay, okay. So, do you plan on making music in multiple languages?
Um, I actually relate to English. When I sing, I love to sing in English.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Cuz then there's two fan bases, right? You can make a song, that same song that you make, you can make it in your native language and then, you might be able to
Yeah.
get fans in two areas. I know like Kali Uchis, I think it's how you say her name. There's a couple artists, I know Cardi B's done it a couple times too, but they'll make songs in both languages so that they can like tap into, their fans from like the country they're from and obviously America because, that's important too.
Do you think it's like it's necessary?
I don't know. I just feel like it's cool to have that option. You know what I mean? Like for me, I'm just English. So, but
Yeah.
like, hey, if I could like rap in Japanese, I would try it. I would say, oh, well, let me make the same song in English and in a Japanese translation and try and see if it works. If it works, great. If not, then I won't keep doing it. But just seeing if like
Yeah.
people gravitate towards it, you never know, right? Or working with an artist from, like let's say the country where your language original language originates from. If you work with an artist that's hot there or an artist that's like in the same area as you, that could help too, right? Because you can kind of like sing in English and then hit a couple, lines in your native language, and then let the other artists hop in and they do their thing.
Yeah, that's cool to do this
Yeah.
collaboration.
Yep, for sure. For sure. Yeah, but no, I really appreciate you hopping on. I want to know, like, when can we start hearing your singles, or when can we start hearing music from you? Are you planning on dropping music this year, or do you think are you still figuring it out as far as when you're gonna release some music?
Yeah, definitely this year.
Awesome.
I've been wanting so much to do it.
That's fire.
I think before my maybe.
Yeah, yeah, that would be dope. That would be dope. Summertime, right? Everyone's listening to new music, so it should be a good time to drop for sure.
Yeah, hope
Yeah,
for the best.
yeah, exactly, exactly. But yeah, no, I appreciate you hopping on. I think
Thank you.
I'm excited to hear music when it drops. So make sure you send it to me so I can share it on my accounts. I can share it with my friends and my followers so I can help you, get some new fans there. And then yeah, once I start releasing music, I might need to get a feature from you on one of my songs. You know what I'm saying? So, I might be hitting you up. I'm
Yeah,
like, yo, let's hop on a song. Let's make it happen. But yeah, and I'll remember to make a Justin Bieber type of song and send it to you because I know that's your vibe. And then maybe you can feature on
yeah,
it.
sure.
Yep, for sure. But no, I appreciate you. Thank you for hopping on.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
yeah, for
Thank you.
sure. And we will talk again soon.
All right.
All right,
I
peace.
had fun.
You too. Peace.
Peace.